Welcome to our Lenten reflection. We are now in week 4 of Lent.
We will look at the 7th and 8th station here in this 4th week. And this is one of the great devotions of Lent, is to consider the way of the cross, the 14 stations of the cross of Jesus. There's a prayer that goes with it, and this is it. Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. The 7th station, Jesus falls the second time. Yes, Jesus falls again, and might have bruised his hands, his knees when he took that fall. He really had nothing to brace his fall. He was pretty faint. He was losing a lot of blood. You remember his head was pierced and losing blood there. We know that he lost a lot of his skin on his front and back on his legs. They ripped it off as part of his torture. And so Jesus was losing blood and losing strength, and he just faints and falls. Have you ever fallen? Have you fallen maybe accidentally and bruised yourself? It hurts. But imagine if you already were hurting a lot and you take a fall. The man can't help him, Simon. He was not able to stop his fall. The Roman soldiers don't care. They just want him to get back up now. But Jesus is going to get up because he loves us. Love will get him to stand up. He was loved by Veronica and Mary, we know, just back a few steps. But he knows that he must show his love for us. Now, the next station, there's a lot of people crying. And women are just not crying, they're wailing. They're almost crying really loudly. Almost uncomfortably, they're screaming. Because this is so cruel what's being done to this innocent man. But Jesus stops and looks at them and has a few words with them. He's actually trying to encourage them. Interesting that he still cares about other people, even though he's doing so badly. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Second graders, 4th week of Lent, page 257. This is Mrs. Stever, and Father Barry will talk with us about the faith focus of the 4th week of Lent.
During Lent, how can we make more room in our hearts for God? Well, I guess there's always a way to make a little more room, even like physically. I remember trying to get on an elevator, but everybody was standing in the front of the elevator by the door. And there was room for more, but some people would have to move back a little bit. And then I could get on. But someone had to be kind and say, oh, yeah, we need to move back and let another one on. Because it still was lots of room in the elevator. It just didn't look like it. I think in our lives, too, sometimes we have room, but we just have to be kind enough to allow it. I think also when I was young, I had to take a bus to school. And I was thinking, when am I ever going to have any more time to pray in Lent? I'm going to have more time. When am I going to pray? And I realized waiting for the bus. Sometimes I waited 10, 15 minutes for the bus, waiting with some other people, but I could just say a prayer right there, waiting for the bus. That's time I never prayed before in that time. And at Lent, I said, there you go. I'm going to say a prayer while I'm waiting. And that's what we'd like you to think about in this lesson, making room for God.
Let's read it together, and I'll read it out loud for you. No matter how much we have, we can always share what we have with someone else. Once a young man asked Jesus how to live as God wanted him to live. Knowing the young man owned many good things, Jesus told him to share his things with others. This would help the man to make more room in his heart for God. During Lent, the church helps us to make room in our hearts for God too. We can do this by sharing our time, our talents, and our treasure with others. We can use our time to visit someone who is sick. We can use our talents to help others. We can share the things we treasure with those who have too little.
That picture, they're sharing time with her. I wanted to share time with someone, but they live too far away. But the telephone was just fine. We can visit on the phone, you know?
Yeah.
There's other ways like that to visit and catch up with someone. Even if you're not right next to them, you can still be close to them. Sharing yourself.
So the activity on page 258, do this with your family, sharing with others. Jesus told us to share the blessings God gives us with others, and in the boxes, draw or write ways you can share your time or your talent or treasure with people. This week, try your best to do what you've drawn or written in each box. So think about yourself and what God has given to you and how you can share those things with others in this upcoming week. And reflect on our closing video. As we close, we ponder the sacred wounds of Christ. Here is a model of the crown of thorns that they pressed into Jesus' head. And here is a symbol, a replica of a nail, similar to the one that was put in Jesus' hands and feet.
Young people, the 5 glorious wounds of Christ that he would keep on his body after he died and rose again were on his hands or wrists, as portrayed here, and on his feet, keeping them onto the cross, as you see in the cross on our table, and then the one in his side to his heart. This depiction here has his Sacred Heart. There's a song, "O Sacred Heart So Wounded." It's a beautiful song in Lent. And there's songs about the crown of thorns and about our Lord's suffering. Mary and John, the apostle, and some others watched him die on the cross. And Good Friday, at the end of Lent, is the culmination of all our prayers. Well, lastly, when Jesus rose from the dead, he showed his marks and wounds, especially up close, to St. Thomas the Apostle. And he saw it, and now Jesus alive and risen. And he said 5 words, and I'd like it to make our closing prayer. He said, "My Lord and my God." And so let's say that 3 times, okay, friends? And then we finish. My Lord and my God. My Lord and my God. My Lord and my God. Peace to all of you. Thank you.